In this video, we're going to cover 8 things to know before buying your first rental property. My name is Dustin Boudreau, and over the last 3 years, I've purchased well over 120 rental properties without any experience, team, or connections, and this is something I wish I had when getting started. So if you've been looking into real estate investing or you're thinking about buying your first property, hopefully this video can serve a value to you and help you get there quicker and without any frustration or confusion. So let's jump right into it. The first thing on the list is understanding what do you want to invest in. One of the greatest things about the real estate investing world is there's so many different ways that you can make money and you can go. The downside to that is there's so many different avenues you can go. So if you ever heard of shiny object syndrome, that's a real thing, especially in real estate investing. There's tons of asset classes, different strategies, and a lot of different ways you can go. And so I would encourage you to figure out what do you want to invest in. For me, I started with single family homes and small multifamily. It allowed me to understand the game, get into these properties, use my own experience and learn some experience, and then scale up from there. And so if that's what you're looking to do, I would advise to pick a lane to start in. You don't have to stay in there forever, but if you can pick a lane to start in, you can understand the game, master it, and then move on if you have different ambitions. And so this is where you would define your buy box. So let's say you're going to start with single family homes. Maybe you will only buy single family homes that are brick on slab. There are so many different bedrooms and bathrooms or year that they were built. These are all things to note. Once you identify this, you can really filter out a lot of different things and not even look at them, saving you a lot of time to analyze deals that are within your buy box and get really good at that. The second piece is, where do you want to buy these properties? Are you going to be investing in your backyard and really understanding that market? Will you be investing in several towns away from you, or maybe even several different states away? This is important because when you find a place that you're going to invest, it'll allow you to understand the economics of that market, what things are selling for, price per square footage, where are the great areas in the town, where do you want to stay away from, all of these different things to know when you're looking to buy a property in a certain area. So whether you're buying in your backyard or several states away, really important to understand where you're buying. The third piece is understanding the numbers. There are probably 2 things I think that are the most important when getting started in real estate investing. One is understanding how to analyze numbers and what makes a great deal. And the other piece we'll get to here in a second. And then so understanding what you can pay for the property, what is the rental income you can get, what are your expenses. These are all very important things to understand before you put an offer in on a property. And there's a lot more things that go into understanding cash flow than just what it can rent for. So if you're trying to understand that, I'll put a link in the description below where you can download my free rental property investment calculator. So not only will you have the calculator, but I also did a video explaining exactly how to analyze a deal, where to find some of this information, and what you should look for in cash flow and how to get to that number. So definitely a tool I wish I had when getting started, an explanation of how to look at those numbers and where to find them. So again, link in the description if you're looking to do that. And then number 4 is, how will you buy these deals? That's the other piece of something I think is probably the most important. How to run numbers on a deal, and how will you buy this? How will you get it financed? Most of the time, you'll probably be looking to use a bank. If you have a W-2 day job, you probably have a superpower that you may not be aware of. Banks love W-2 money. It's easy to understand and very simple to prove that income. And so if you have that, you may have a leg up depending on how you decide to finance deals. I personally use commercial loans. This has been a huge thing for me to be able to scale very quickly. One, because there's not a whole lot of red tape like government loans like FHA and some of these other things. And then also there's no limit to how many deals you can buy with commercial loans. And so I encourage you to maybe look into that, and also focus with small local banks in your community. They can do things and get creative that big banks may not touch or want to even look at. And that'll also allow you to scale very quickly. And number 5, how will you manage this property once you buy it? Will you use a professional property management company, or will you self-manage these things? Chances are, if you're looking to buy rental property, you're not doing it to buy yourself another job. You are probably looking at this to maybe create another stream of revenue, or leave your job, or create wealth for your family. And if you're doing that, I would encourage you to seriously think about using a professional property management company. This is something I wish I would have done much sooner whenever I started buying properties. I self-managed along with my wife for several months before we brought in a professional property manager. And that was probably one of the best decisions we made to use professional help. And so this will alleviate you from having to deal with the late night calls and fixing the toilets and screening tenants and collecting rent and all of these different things. For me, in our rental business, I look at myself as the asset manager. I source the deals, figure out how to finance them, get them rehabbed, and hand them off to my property manager and allow them to do their thing and run that part of the business. And so unless you have property management experience or something you're really excited in doing, chances are you may want to look the professional property management route and save yourself a lot of headache. And then number 6, you will need a team. I learned this after getting started and buying a few rentals that real estate investing is very much a team sport. You cannot and will not do it on your own. There's things like the real estate agent, maybe a wholesaler, your banker, a title attorney, insurance brokers, all of these different folks, your construction team if you're going to be rehabbing properties, that play a big part of your success in this business. And so I don't want you to get overwhelmed by that. Don't think you need to have your whole team dialed in before you start buying property. But however, I would encourage you to start with maybe one person of that team, and they can also often lead you to many other folks and help through referrals and get you set up for the other people that you'll need. If you can find a real estate agent that's well connected in your market, many times they'll play a big part in that. One pro tip on finding a real estate agent: I wouldn't recommend just anyone. If you can find somebody that specializes in real estate investing and understands that world, you can go much quicker and probably find your team faster. Looking at deals through the lens of an investment is much different than looking at a property that you will buy for your family to live in. And the real estate agents specialize in different parts of that business. So again, I encourage you to find a real estate agent that specializes in rental property investing. Number 7. Begin with the end in mind. When you buy rental property, this is definitely a long-term investment. This is not something you're going to buy today and be rich tomorrow. However, over 5, 10, 15, 20 years, you can really use the compounding of money and wealth to really set yourself up and scale your portfolio. So have the end in mind, and then it doesn't happen overnight. And finally, number 8, probably the most important one on the list. Why? Why are you looking to buy rental property? If you've ever heard the saying, it's not easy, but it is simple, that is buying rental property. There will be some challenges, there'll come some frustrations, and there'll be times where things don't go the way you want them to. And some of them may be out of your control. But if you can always go back to why, this will really get you through some of those times where you're not sure if it's worth it, or you don't understand certain parts of the business. And so take some time to really figure that piece out, and that will really propel you to get through all of the other 7 steps that we went through in this video. And so I hope you found value in this video. If you are into real estate investing, looking to get started, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. I'll put a video out each week going over some of the things I'm doing, I did, or what I wish I had when getting started in the real estate investing world. So thanks for watching. This video is a wrap, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.